Good day, class. So, for today, let's start with Erikson's psychosocial development. So, his theory describes human development across eight stages. So, each characterized by a psychological conflict that must be resolved for healthy personality development. So, this conflict shape a person's identity, according to Erikcon. So this shape a person's identity, behavior, and relationship. So the may ada 8 stages of psychosocial development. So first is the trust versus mistrust. This is from the infancy, 0 to 1 year old. So infants learn whether they can trust their caregivers based on how consistently their needs, like food or comfort, are met. So, example, a baby who receives consistent care from their parents develops trust. So, while one who experiences neglect may grow up mistrusting others. So autonomy versus shame and doubt. This is the second, the toddlerhood stage from 1 to 3 years. So children start exploring their independence. If encouraged, they feel confident. If restricted or over criticized, they develop shame and doubt. So, for example, a toddler learning to dress themselves gains confidence. So, while one who is constantly scolded for making mistakes may feel doubt. So, cookies this is the not cookies aha, this is the best time to actually train kids, no, to be independent and to develop confidence when we allow them to learn on their own. Like for example, mag-change ng sangilang bayo or magkadto sa toilet. So that builds their confidence that they can do things, no, with our guidance lang, and not being scolded for making mistakes, because if they we do that, if we yell at them, they will start to doubt themselves that even though they're doing it right, they will feel the doubt that, being scolded and yelled at is not really a good sign, or a good will have a good impact, that they will have this confidence to develop in them. And then the third, initiative versus guilt. This is from the preschool, 3 to 6 years. So children begin initiating activities and exploring their environment. So if supported, they develop initiative. If discouraged or overly controlled, they feel guilty about their actions. So it is like they seek for approval. Okay? So if they initiate, basi akigan sila, no? So, if kung isuportaran ang ilang initiation, so they develop that encouragement to be better, to explore. Okay? So, dapat tagaan tas ang gamay man nga freedom na maka-explore ang mga bata, i-encourage sila. This is according to Erikcon, ha, because if they are being discouraged and if it starts to explore, they will feel guilty if they're doing it right or wrong. Example, for a child who is encouraged to ask questions and play creatively develops initiative. So while one who is punished for curiosity feels guilty, like for example, mamangkot bi ang bata sa imo and then singitan mo siya, and then that kid will feel the doubt if that he or she will ask questions again sa imo. Okay. So industry versus inferiority, this starts from 6 to 12 years. Children develop a sense of competence through learning and accomplishment. So, if encouraged, they feel industrious. If criticized or compared negatively, they feel inferior. Okay, so for example, a student praised for their schoolwork gains confidence, whereas one who is repeatedly told they are not good enough may develop feelings of inferiority. So, identity versus role confusion. This is the adolescents from 12 to 18 years. So, teenagers explore their personal identity values, and goals. So if they successfully find their sense of self, they develop a strong identity. If not, they experience confusion. So for example, a high school student exploring different paths and hobbies finds their passion. So while another who feels pressured into a role they don't understand struggles with identity confusion. Intimacy versus isolation. This is from young adulthood, 18 to 40 years. So, young adults seek develop relationships and emotional connections. So, if successful, they develop intimacy. If they fear commitment or rejection, they experience isolation. So, for example, a person who builds strong friendships and a romantic relationship feels a sense of belonging, while someone who avoids emotional connections feels isolated. Next, we have generativity versus stagnation, middle adulthood. This is for 40 to 65 years. So, adults seek to contribute to society through work, family, and community. So, if they feel productive, they develop generativity. If they feel unfulfilled, they experience stagnation. When we say stagnation, stagnant ka bala. Okay, wala ka gahulag. So for example, a teacher mentoring student feels generative, while someone stuck in an unsatisfying job with no sense of purpose may feel stagnant. So next, integrity versus despair. This is from late adulthood, 65 and up. So older adults reflect on their life. If they feel satisfied with their achievements, they develop integrity. If they regret their past, they feel despair. So for example, a retired person who looks back on fulfilling life feels a sense of peace, while someone with many regrets may feel despair. So each stage builds on the previous one, shaping a person's emotional and social development. So, unresolved conflicts from earlier stages can affect later stages, but personal growth is always possible at any age. Okay, so I hope you get the theory of Erikcon. Oh, that is for now, and then we'll proceed to another theory.